In this video, I am going to explain about mass storage structure. That is, I am going to explain about secondary storage in this topic. In the olden days, magnetic tapes were used for storing the bulk data. So, in the olden days, magnetic tapes were used for storing the bulk data. An example for magnetic tape device is cassette, which we use in tape recorders. So in the cassettes, magnetic tape material was used for storing the songs. So the problem with magnetic tape is, if you observe the cassette, let us assume that some 10 songs are stored in this cassette. Then if you want to listen to fifth song, then you should listen the songs from starting onwards. That means first you should listen song number 1, 2, 3, 4. Then only you can go to the fifth song. You cannot go to the fifth song directly. Okay, if you want to listen the fifth song, then either you should listen all these songs up to 5, or you can forward the songs. But you cannot directly go to the fifth song. That is the problem with the magnetic tapes. That means you cannot access the data directly from the magnetic tapes. Okay, so you cannot access the data directly. That means here you cannot listen fifth song directly, right? In the similar way, you cannot access the data from the magnetic tapes directly. That means access time for magnetic tape is very large. That means it will take more time to access the data from the magnetic tape. That's the reason we use magnetic disk. That's the reason we will use magnetic disk, or we can call it as hard disk. In the hard disk, we can access the data from the hard disk very quickly, and we can randomly access the data. Okay, so that means if you want to access any files, then you can directly access the file from the magnetic disk. Okay, that means we can randomly access the data very quickly compared to the magnetic tape. And by using magnetic tape also we can store huge amount of data, but here access time is very large. So that's the reason generally we use magnetic tapes to store bulk amount of data which is not required frequently. Okay, if you want to store the data but the data is not used frequently, in that case we use magnetic tapes. So by using magnetic tapes we can store huge amount of data which are not required frequently. Okay, so now let us discuss about magnetic disks or hard disk. Okay, so this is the problem with magnetic tape. So we will use magnetic disk. So now I'll explain the structure of the magnetic disk first. Then I'll give some points about the magnetic disk. Okay, so this is the structure of the magnetic disk. Okay, so if you observe here, a magnetic disk is a collection of plotters. These are called the plotters. Here we have three plotters. Plotter 1, plotter 2 and plotter 3. Okay, so hard disk is a collection of plotters, and if you observe, each plotter has a circular shape. This is one plotter, plotter number 2, plotter number 3. So these plotters has a circular shape. Okay. So, and here if you observe, each plotter is coated with magnetic material. Okay, here we have upper surface and downwards we have lower surface. We have two surfaces for plotter, and these two surfaces are coated with magnetic materials. Okay, so first point is plotter. Okay, so plotter is a flat circular shaped material. Okay, so it looks like a CD, and the lower and upper surfaces of the plotters are coated with the magnetic materials. Okay, so on the platter we have many circular shaped tracks. So if you observe, this is the plotter, right? Here if you observe this diagram, this is called one track. Okay, and if I draw another line here, and it is called another track. So many tracks are available in the plot. Okay, so these are called the tracks. Track 0, track 1, 2, 3. So here we have many tracks on the plotter. So these are called the tracks. Okay, so again, in each track is divided into different parts. So this is one track, right? This track is divided into different parts. Okay, and here each part is called the sector. Okay, here each plotter is called the sector. And if you want to write or read anything from the plotter, then we will use this arm. This is called read or write head. This is called the read or write head. If you want to read anything into the plotter, then we can record it magnetically by using the read or write heads. Okay, by using these heads, you can record the data magnetically into the plotter. Okay, this is called read or write head.